Hello and welcome to Reel to Reel. In 1905, a Smith College graduate named Mollie Rogers wrote to her high school newspaper, "We leave college with a sense of self-reliance and responsibility to take up our work in the world." Little did Rogers know how far-reaching her work would be as she went on to become Mother Mary Joseph and the founder of the Maryknoll Sisters, the first order of Catholic nuns in the United States dedicated to foreign mission. This past summer, I spent a day in Ossining, New York at the headquarters of the Maryknoll Sisters as they celebrated their foundress, as well as receiving a special gift from a local parish that played an important role in her life. It was a day more than 100 years in the making as the Maryknoll Sisters received a precious gift, the very tabernacle that their foundress, Mother Mary Joseph Rogers, had prayed in front of while she was a student at Smith College in Northampton. The tabernacle had been a part of the now closed St. Mary of the Assumption Church in Northampton, and through the generosity of another Smith grad and Northampton native, Eileen Sullivan, it was brought to the Maryknoll Sisters.
They were looking for a donor, and I said, well, I can't think of a more perfect place for this tabernacle. If it can't be in St. Mary's Church, then the Maryknoll Sisters should have it. It means the most to them.
The tabernacle was accompanied by Sullivan and two others from the Diocese of Springfield, Sid Dalby, Associate Director of Admissions at Smith, and Father Francis Riley, pastor of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Parish in Northampton.
We couldn't be more proud to count Mollie Rogers among the Smith family. And we couldn't be more proud to know that Northampton played a part in what she's done, all the lives that she's touched and all the good that she's done in the world. So it's an honor and a privilege to be part of that legacy.
St. Mary's Church was closed in 2010. The parish, one of four in the city, merged to form St. Elizabeth Ann Seton.
The tabernacle before which she prayed is now here for the sisters and for all the precious history of the Maryknoll Sisters to be preserved. So to have our tabernacle repurposed here is really a consolation amidst all the brokenheartedness of just having to close a church.
Certainly a bittersweet time for Northampton parishioners, but a joyful one for Maryknoll sisters like Noni Getzler, president of the order.
It's a very emotional moment for us. It's like touching her, and I never knew her. So I think for me, and maybe for those who entered after her death, it's like we have a piece of her. Her gaze was there, her prayers were there, and she has become more alive to me.
At the beginning of the 20th century, Mollie Rogers, an Irish Catholic from Jamaica Plains, was at Smith College. During her junior year, she witnessed a mission sending of Protestant women who would be leaving for China to serve in the missions. In that graced moment, she was overwhelmed with a sense of having received so much and given so little. She walked straight to St. Mary's Church just off the campus and pledged her life to the mission of the church.
What she did when she wanted inspiration, she went to Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. And that's where she found what she needed to, the courage she needed to continue and to do and to give of herself without having any sense of what that would mean.
Following graduation in 1905 from Smith, she was invited by the college, where she worked as an assistant in the zoology department, to form a campus group for Catholic students. Choosing mission as her theme, she turned to Father James Anthony Walsh of the Archdiocese of Boston's Propagation of the Faith Office for help. A partnership with Father Walsh would result in the founding of the Maryknoll Fathers and Brothers in 1911 and the Maryknoll Sisters a year later. Today, Mother Mary Joseph Rogers is seen as one of the co-founders of Maryknoll, along with Father Walsh and Father Thomas Frederick Price. 95-year-old Maryknoll sister Betty Ann Mayhew remembers Mother Mary Joseph and those early pioneer days of women serving in the mission.
However she was founding this community, she was founding out of a new concept of what a religious should be. That's why she always stressed that God had made us each as an individual, and it's that individual that you try to perfect, to bring to wholeness along the way.
And last weekend, the life of Mother Mary Joseph Rogers was celebrated in Northampton as well, as local Catholics gathered at Smith College's Helen Hills Chapel with members of the Maryknoll Order. Springfield Bishop Mitchell Rosansky celebrated the October 14th liturgy. It was a time to recall Mollie Rogers' days on the campus as a student and as a visionary.
Mollie Rogers, who is Mother Mary Joseph, the founder of the Maryknoll Sisters, just had a vision that one life dedicated to the Lord could change the world. And literally, her one life has changed the world in the way that so many people have been touched by the ministry of the Maryknoll Sisters and by the education that they've given to them, and helped in so many ways, particularly in the poorest areas of the world.
On October 12, 2013, Mother Mary Joseph Rogers was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame, an honor which recognized her extraordinary vision and drive for founding the Maryknoll Sisters. Today, the Maryknoll Sisters work in 24 different countries around the world and continue to make God's love visible worldwide by responding to world needs such as immigration, human trafficking, the care of creation, the effects of HIV on communities, and trauma healing.